Securities has just been enrolled on the Uganda Securities Exchange as a stock brokerage firm. Of course, they are a financial technology that have a business elsewhere, especially in the money transaction business and also in buying stock abroad. And today now we are talking about cheaper technologies in Uganda, especially on the Uganda Securities Exchange. What influence does it have, and definitely what should we look up to from cheaper cash? Now, Miss Christine, we are back to Uganda. We've flown out and been able to buy some stocks in Amazon and so many other companies. Now, back home here in Uganda, what was the experience like, first of all, last Monday on the 29th of August as you were getting enrolled on the exchange?
I think the experience was very exciting. Yes, so we got admission on the exchange and joining the other trading participants on the market. We believe that we are going to, the way we've broken barriers in money movement, we are going to break barriers in the local investment opportunities. Yes, we want everyone and anyone in the village all over the place to have access to the stock market and create wealth and create wealth through these financial instruments that are available for us.
So what business are you engaged in particular on the exchange?
So the business we're engaged in is buying and selling shares on behalf of investors. It could be individuals, it could be institutions, it could be local or foreign individuals and institutions, anyone and
investment clubs,
institutions, you know, they can all come through cheaper technologies Uganda Limited to invest on the stock market. We also will also be indulging in other products that are provided by the exchange. There's a commodities opportunity coming through at the exchange, treasury bills and bonds. So wherever you are, you can go on your later you could go on your phone and invest in those investment opportunities available on the market.
Well, with of course, during that event, I remember very well Mr. Paul Buso, the CEO of Uganda Securities Exchange, mentioned the fact that the exchange has grown from over 30,000 investors to over 130,000. And he was saying that's an achievement. But in your own perspective, do you think we can do more than 130,000 people?
Most definitely, and also if you recall on the same event, the chairman of the Uganda Securities Exchange, who doubles as the MD for NSSF, say that having a population of over 40 million people versus 130,000 investors on the stock market is a huge joke.
Yes.
That was his comment, and I think I concur with him. So I think we can do better. I think we can involve, I remember one time I visited a brokerage firm in Nairobi, and I found so many men holding what we can call it couple on their back. So I inquired, what are these men doing there? And the brokerage officer said, these are our agents. So they go to markets like Owino, and Nakao market, and get people to invest on the Nairobi Stock Exchange. So this is how you will find like the commonly known as Mama Bogas owning shares on the Nairobi Stock Exchange. So this is where we want to take the Uganda Securities Exchange, the investments on the Uganda Securities Exchange. Anyone, everywhere, as long as they can learn. We need to break the barrier of illiteracy. We need to go out and preach this gospel so that people understand that we can create wealth. We don't have to own $1 million to create wealth. You do not have to have a building to own a building, to own land, to own, you can invest and create wealth through the Securities Exchange. Yes, so we can do more. We can do more.
Well, that's beautiful. The exchange business has been changing over time. Since 1997, you're seeing that we had the open outcry system that lasted all the way up to 2015, and then now we are on the online, system. In your own eyes, because you're a lead brokerage manager, definitely you've seen all this unfold. How has the brokerage business changed from back then and to now? Is it better, or actually we should try getting back to the old way of doing things?
Wow, I think the change has been massive. We've seen developments, as you've mentioned. We used to go to the exchange, put on our red jackets, and scream at the board. It was interesting. And being female, you really had to stretch your voice.
Yes.
Of course, there were men that were taller and had strong voices that could scream you out. But yes, we've seen the market grow from the outcry where you have to move physically to the trading floor at the Uganda Securities Exchange. They have to write on the board the bid and the sell and the trade. And also we have also seen where we have come from holding a share certificate in paper form to holding what we call an SCD, or a Securities Central Depository account, where you don't have to go to a broker to actually open this account. You can actually go on the website of the exchange called Easy Portal and log in and create your account and actually buy shares through your broker, and you can view them wherever you are. Previously, you have to come and buy shares, you're given a certificate, you go back with it home. So it was very unsafe for investors. Well, if you carelessly put it somewhere, water will pour on it, it will be stolen. You know, so many things. So we have grown so much as the stock exchange, from the outcry system, from the paper certificates to electronic. Now we can trade from our offices. Directly, you plug wherever you are, you can plug into the exchange and trade, and then you don't have to own a certificate. Actually, there are very few people that still own certificates in the market. If someone has a certificate, that means that stock was listed from the 1997, as you mentioned, to 2015. So the other stocks that have been listed on the exchange, let's say MTN, Umeme, and Cipla, we do not see people with share certificates. It was already out. So you own and you have a stock account where those shares are stored. And I think it's great. It is very great, yes.
Well,
so it's grown.
Yes, and definitely technology is influencing this growth. We cannot say we are not doing without technology. Now back to technology. You have an app already which is running for the people that are buying stock abroad. Should we expect something similar very soon, at least for our stock as well here in Uganda? Because we don't have that facility yet. Not even a single stockbroker has been able to come up with an app.
So sure, we initially we have gotten admitted in the traditional version.
Okay.
So we had to fit
I saw
in
the bell.
So you saw M during the bell, and you saw us put on the red jackets for just ceremonial. Yes. So we had to fit in the stock exchange's shoes and get us admitted as the normal stockbroker. But we are working.
Getting baptized.
Getting baptized. Let's say. So we are working very hard to have the same local stocks on our app. Maybe because they are before close of Q4 this year.
Oh wow.
Yes. So wherever you are, you would access and place in your buy, place in your sell, your portfolio, and use your wallet to buy and to buy shares, and when you sell, your wallet is credited from wherever you are. So you'll be seeing all the price trends, whatever you see on our global stocks app, it will be the same. Just you tap on invest and you see both global and local stocks. It will be the same, seamless, easy, convenient, and accessible.
No, that's beautiful. I can't wait for that one. Okay, I've marked it the fourth quarter. So immediately December 31st, I'll be calling you to see how far we are with that. Now, young people, like you've said, convenience. It's all about convenience. The more you get convenience, the more you get young people on board. And these are 77% of the population. Yes, they may not have a lot of money, but when they come together, definitely you will hope for a bigger market. Now, talking about the technology and so on, and the advancements that we are going to see very soon, are you going to also incorporate other products? I'm talking about, for example, the bond market, but also when you look at other exchanges, they have a diversified product portfolio. You have derivatives, like you said, commodities are also coming up. Are we also going to see some of that diversification?
Yes, you'll definitely see, as long as, like I've mentioned, like in our previous conversation, every country where we are having operations, we are licensed, we are regulated, so we are very compliant as a fintech company. Like I mentioned, we are licensed by BOU, we are licensed by Capital Markets Authority, so any product that is licensed and is acceptable by the Capital Markets Authority and the exchange will definitely have it available for investors. Yeah. Even the bonds, the treasury bills and the bonds will be available.
Wow, that's beautiful. And now talk about, let me say someone has just tuned in into the show and they found us talking about all this conversation and they have no idea what's going on. Can you give us the basics of how people actually make money off capital markets?
Oh yes, so making money in the capital markets is it's in more than two ways. The first one, like I mentioned, is through capital gains. You buy low and sell high. That is business wise.
Yeah, business.
Definitely, if I am selling tomatoes, I will go where I can find them cheaply and go to the market where I can sell and get a margin. So yes, in the stock market, when you buy shares, for example, in Umeme at a price like let's say 200, with time, as the company performs, the price will definitely reflect the performance of the company. If it goes at 250, 300, you sell out. That means you're getting more than you actually invested, and that is what we call capital gain. So the other way you can gain investing in the capital markets or in shares or stocks or equities, all those names mean the same. Shares, stocks and equities is through dividends. So when a company at the end of the financial year, the company does their financials and they've made a profit, usually there's that provision of giving back to their shareholders, and they say we are going to give, say, 40% of all our profit back to our shareholders. So if they declare, let's say, 54 shillings per share, that means if I have 100,000 shares, I'll multiply by the dividend they have declared. So it also goes directly to your bank account. So that's another way to gain. And the other ways are through corporate actions like bonuses. They could give you free bonus shares at zero cost so that your shares multiply or become more than you actually own. The other way is increasing your number of shares that you hold, and that corporate action is called rights issue. So this is usually when a company is already listed on the stock exchange, but they're looking for extra capital, and they don't need to go to the bank because the bank will incur interest. Yes. So what they will do, they will give you that the same company would issue out shares, extra shares to the already investors in that company, but as a discounted fee, lower than what is the market rate.
That's the right issue.
Yes, that's the right issue. So those are the benefits you can gain when you are an investor in the stock market.
And also now looking at the companies, for 20 years we have just 18 companies. Nairobi has 65. Dar es Salaam has over 29. New York, when you go to the biggest exchanges, they have thousands of multi-million companies. How do we get our businesses in Uganda also to get more interested in listing? Are the rules too strict? Do we have to lower the bar a little bit to see that we have more entries? What do you think about the businesses in Uganda?
Well, that question should go to the Capital Market Authority and the exchange, not necessarily a broker. But I think it's about, like I mentioned, literacy. It's coming to understand. So because when you're a listed company, you also have advantages over the other ones that are not listed.
Exactly.
So I think as the capital markets, now I'm not talking as a broker, I think we need to reach out these companies and tell them, look, these are the advantages. This is how you get cheap or affordable capital. This is how your company will look like when it's listed on the stock exchange. What are the advantages? Is there visibility when I list on the exchange? Am I attracting foreign investors, etc. So I think it's about knowledge and breaking the barrier of illiteracy. There's so much illiteracy, and they also fear. I think most of them that are family companies, for example, wouldn't want to put out their financials in the public because that's a requirement. But I think it's a very good good opportunity for companies, for their growth, for their visibility, and so much more.
Most of these companies, they're big companies, and we have a main board where most of these are listed. Maybe perhaps, I don't know, do we have a growth enterprise market segment, an active one in Uganda?
Yes, we do. We have the main and the growth one, yes, we do.
Do we have companies listed on the growth?
Not as yet.
Yeah,
but it is available.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yes.
We are targeting the big companies, MTN, Airtel, and so on. But on the growth enterprise market segment, could we still have as much activity as we are having, or even more activity? Because, to be honest, Christine, most businesses in Uganda are startups. 90%. Yes. And they have one challenge, capital. Yes. And we've seen venture capital firms come to redeem some of them, but many still struggle. I'll give you an example. Let's say Rocket Health. That's a fintech, basically, right?
Startup.
And a startup, right? But they are right now on a small scale, but they're doing extremely well. If we could maybe perhaps get those companies still to come on the growth enterprise, then they grow and get on the main board, don't you think that would be a better idea, looking at the smaller enterprises first?
Yes, definitely it is a good idea, and that is why that provision is there for the growth enterprises segment. Yes, so we have seen many come, and when we tell them the rules of the game, and they become a bit shaky. I think they are not ready to be very transparent, because if you are making Anthony bring his hard-earned money to invest in your company, then these are the rules of the game. You must be very transparent. You must bring out your audited financials. Most of them actually do not have audited financials. We have found that that is a challenge for most of the companies that have come out and said, I want to list on the exchange. The small, what we call small ones. Yes, so their challenge is they do not have audited financial accounts. And of course, before you bring it on board on the market, people have to review these financials. They'll give you a picture of where will this company go in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years. So usually that is the challenge. They do not keep books of accounts. But I think if they are sensitized and they do that and they run their company in a very orderly manner that is ready for audit, I think we'll see many more coming on board on the exchange.
As we wind up, Madam Christine, there's a question I usually get, especially from the young people who watch the show, who are very enthusiastic. They want to try out this and that, invest in this and that. They ask me, what is the role of a stockbroker? As young people, usually they want to have their handles on themselves. They want to have their fingers on their investments and see, okay, yes, I've put this here, I've put this there. What is the role of a stockbroker? As you a lead brokerage firm, you should know what are the importances of a stockbroker to be an intermediary between the investors and the markets. Why do you think it's important?
I think one of the things is by default, you are an intermediary, you're helping them access these investments. But also the other one, the other role that we have automatically is investment advice. Okay, so whereas we have this app now that gives you all this information, previously the broker would tell you that this is how Meme has been performing in the last 5 years. So I think it is at its peak, and I think if you hold shares, it's better to sell out. If this company Stanbic has maybe gone down, and you say it's at lower price, it is better, because in the market is you buy cheap, sell high, buy low, sell high. We definitely don't want to buy at a higher price and then the price goes down, because it's not going down to stay there, because it is the trends keep changing. So I think advice is creating sensitizing the market, the masses, creating all those literacy opportunities for them to understand and learn, and also teach them that you do not have to have $1 million to invest in these wealth creation opportunities. No, you can start with 100,000, you can start with 50,000. You do not have to own $1 million to create this, and you keep building your portfolio, you keep building, because every year there are companies that give dividends every 6 months, and you can sell out anytime when the price gets better. So I think our role is breaking that, breaking that norm of, okay, people don't know about shares. So
Yeah.
we should be there to tell them what shares are, or
Yeah.
create avenues where they can easily learn about these opportunities.
Yeah, that's just like within the same line. As a stockbroker, I'm now trying to get into your head. You're there, you want to buy stock because this is what you do. There's a company that is doing extremely well in terms of, price. The price is going crazy, it's going up, and But when it comes to activity, you're seeing that the company is not actually trading stocks, right? I'm seeing this especially, for example, on the foreign stocks, on the cross-listed companies.
Yeah.
When you look at KCB and Equity Bank, you see that yes, the price valuation is appreciating, they're gaining on the price, but there's no activity.
Yeah.
Would you buy such stock?
Well, it depends. Usually people have different motives why they buy certain stocks. I can buy a stock because I am looking at price gain, not even a dividend.
Okay.
Yeah, because on the New York Stock Exchange, for example, there are stocks that you buy and you are aware. They will let you know that you are not here for a dividend. You're in here for a price growth. Yes, there are dividend stocks and there are non-dividend stocks.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but for the cross-listed stocks in Uganda, it's really about what I can call the volumes or float. Usually when they cross-list, it's a certain percentage of shares that they cross-list on the other exchange. For example, Jubilee, if they cross-listed here, they gave a certain portion of amount of shares that, let's say if they gave, let's say 5 million and people took them up, the people who are holding them, they don't want to sell them because they are also looking at the price appreciation, the dividend, or the benefit. So it usually brings down the volumes to exchange. So the holders are like, I'm waiting for my dividend, and that means they cannot recross list more shares, or if it is, the need, that would happen, but usually that is the main challenge.
Oh, okay. I see. Thank you very much, Madam Christine. I want to let you go, but maybe your parting shots as we wind up.
My parting shots is, please, you're welcome, Cheaper Technologies, Uganda Limited. If you want to invest with us, please go to the Uganda Securities Exchange on Easy Portal Web. Open up your account. There will be a line of brokers. Please choose Cheaper Technologies Uganda Limited, and will be available to call you and give you investment advice. Please download Cheaper Cash app from your Play Store and enjoy all our products. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Christine, for sparing time to spend, of course, here at Smart 24. I hope to see you again soon.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. Dear viewers, from the beginning of the show till now, my name is Anthony. I've been having Miss Christine from the Cheaper Technologies. I was going to say Christine Technologies.
Coming.
And we've been talking a little more about what Cheaper is bringing on board in terms of technology on the Uganda Securities Exchange. I'll catch you tomorrow, same time, same place. Ciao, adios. Bye for now. Yeah.
Smart 24, driving business.